Back. Been away for a while. I managed to get myself on holiday, which is quite nice. Went to Thailand of all places. Never been to Thailand. Don't usually travel very far for my holidays, really. But yeah, really nice country. Cheap as chips once you get out there. Getting out there can be quite expensive, but I don't recommend it to people out there. And as long as you can put up with hot, humid weather. Didn't find any retro gaming shops out there. I didn't look, to be honest. I was in Koh Samui, which is an island actually off Thailand itself, but yeah, I didn't go retro gaming hunting. I did have a quick look on my Google when I was there, and there was nothing anywhere near me, so I sort of left the retro gaming behind me for a couple of weeks. But yeah, got back. Fortunately, about a week later, got a really nasty virus or bug. I don't know whether they called it in Thailand, but no, it wasn't up to anything dodgy. It was a family holiday, but yeah, it was a real stinker actually. I've still got it. But I thought, I want to crack on and do a video. So yeah, another ZX Spectrum video today, and wearing my Sabre Wulf T-shirt, which I'm really happy I got this. I was really pleased when I got that. And I think I found it on eBay, and actually I might stick the link below if I can find it. If anybody wants to look at the guy's store, I don't think he had many Spectrum T-shirts, but he had this one. He had an Alien 8 one, which is quite nice. It's quite another nice T-shirt to have. But anyway, less about the T-shirts. Got to talk about Mastertronic today. Mastertronic, they were low budget games back in the day. You know what? A lot of us didn't have much pocket money, and to get a game for $1.99. It's really good stuff, and there's quite a good story behind Mastertronic. I won't go into it now, but obviously you can look into it yourself. But started off, it's more of a sort of publication thing, really. They didn't really write the games, but they were a distribution sort of company, really. Some 3 or 4 guys got together, wanted to distribute games, and even to the point where they were sort of working from an office, the old usual thing about sending 100 tapes off to places. But what they did is they sent them off to newsagents and places like that. Now, I remember going up to my local shop, up the shops where I lived as a kid, and I was really shocked to see sort of some games in there. And some of them were Mastertronic games, along with the newspapers and magazines. There was blimmin' ZX Spectrum games, which is amazing, really. But anyway, I'd look into the story of Mastertronic if you're interested, because it is quite an interesting story. They sort of branched out. They had some labelled Mad, which was a little bit more expensive. Those games were more like $2.99. Also, when they sort of branched out to America with their publications, under a label Bulldog, which is obviously Bulldog, very renowned with Britain. It was sort of a good marketing ploy, and they brought out some games under that sort of banner. But yeah, look, Mastertronic, really, really great stuff. But what I wanted to ask today was, like, do you know what? I haven't got all the Mastertronic games. Actually, only got the ones I've selected here. I've got about sort of 10 Mastertronic games. And I know there's obviously ways of sort of playing the games, of actually buying them. But I do like to buy the games if I can get copies. But I've got a thing that I want to do now. I want to collect all the Mastertronic ZX Spectrum games. And I think there's about 65. If anybody knows different, let me know. I always like to be corrected if I make any mistakes of my sort of facts and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try and collect them. Now, luckily, most of them, if you look about on eBay or retro gaming sites, online shops, I should say, they're quite cheap. Most of the Mastertronic games are a couple of quid, thereabouts. And I know not all of them are that great, but it was hit or miss with the Mastertronic games because you were getting a budget game. But on the other hand, some of them were great. Now, some of the ones I've got, Dan Dare, Universal Hero, Milk Race, I found that, I loaded that today on my ZX Spectrum Plus 2, and it didn't work so well. That's another day for another video. Some or not all games worked that well on the Spectrum Plus 2. Milk Race I had a few issues with. But yeah, I was playing Dan Dare, and one of my favourites, 180, the Dark game. Some quite good humour in those games, and some of the Spectrum games, not just Mastertronic, they had some really sort of good sort of British humour, and went hand in hand with the Bulldog thing as well, really. But yeah, quite funny games to play. But yeah, what I wanted to ask is, what was your favourite Mastertronic games? Did you collect a lot of them? I'd sort of envy you if you had a big stack load of Mastertronic games and you've still got them. But I'm going to get collecting and look out. I'm not going to just suddenly go out and buy them. I'm not made of money anyway. But it's a nice little thing to go and pick out a couple of games every now and then. And as you see, and I don't know if any of the Mastertronic games are quite rare. If you know, again, without me sort of delving into it, but if you know of any Mastertronic games that are a bit more tricky to find, let me know. But yeah, I'm going to sort of do some videos on the Mastertronic games. I'm not actually going to show any footage today. I'll show a little footage I've shown there, some of the games I've got. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's send me your stuff that you know about Mastertronic games or the ones you like to play, and we'll go from there. As I collect them, I might sort of do little sort of videos on some of the better games, and see how we go from there. But anyway, I'm back now. Hopefully, sort of do some more regular videos. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I've been doing a lot of ZX Spectrum content lately, but as I say, probably for me, it's my favourite vintage computer. You know, a lot of great nostalgic memories for the Spectrum. But you know, I do other sort of consoles as well. You know, I've collected quite a few consoles over the years and bought a few more in over the last sort of 4 or 5 years. You know, so there will be other content other than the ZX Spectrum. But yeah, as I say, like and subscribe if you like what I do, and we'll get cracking with the Mastertronic games.